Residents of New York City cannot even ride the subways without feeling unsafe. Transit crimes in the city have returned, making the lives of innocent people even more difficult. Felony assaults in the city's subway system increased by roughly 22% in 2023 compared to September 2022, propelled in part by attacks on transit employees, according to police and the Motor Trade Association, MTA. In September of last year, 45 felony assaults were registered in the subway system, representing a 21.6% rise from 37 such offenses recorded in the same month in 2022. Overall, from January to September of the prior year, there was a 3% increase in felony attacks on rails, with 422 reported cases compared to 411 last year, according to the data. Attacks against MTA staff were a notable driver, accounting for 41 of the total incidents recorded between January and September, according to the New York City Police Department. Last year, the department reported 34 assaults on MTA staff. Train conductor Felix Ferdinand complained about the revolving door criminal justice system for the continued attacks on transport workers. Another tragic incident occurred on the morning of the 25th of June 2023 when a young student lost her life due to someone else's carelessness. Ava Conklin, a 19-year-old college student in Queens, New York, died after being hit by a dozing driver while waiting for her younger sister's bus. The incident occurred at Rockaway Beach Boulevard and Beach 108th Street. The 29-year-old driver of a 2021 Hyundai Venue was driving in the right lane when he fell asleep at the wheel. He then slammed into 3 metal benches where Conklin was waiting for her sister's bus to arrive, causing severe chest trauma. Her death comes as the city faces a rise in road fatalities this year despite ongoing efforts to prevent traffic deaths. In 2022, traffic deaths dropped for the first time in 3 years, but that number is trending back up this year with 106 deaths as of June 18 compared to 101 in the same period last year. Gun arrests have increased dramatically in the subway system, with 37 busts so far in 2023 compared to 24 during the same period in 2022. That represented a staggering 94% increase from 2019 when 19 gun arrests were made. Gun-related crimes have increased over the last year. Meanwhile, overall transit arrests have increased by 57% year-to-date, from 6,452 to 10,154 according to the stats. Fare evasion arrests have increased this year compared to the previous arrests of a similar category, rising from 1,455 to 3,540 in total. The petty crimes related to transit have significantly increased, and it is one of the biggest issues that New York City is facing right now. These crimes had subsided during the COVID-19 pandemic due to little or no use of public transportation. But it looks like the crime rate has been increasing since last year, and it doesn't seem to be coming to a halt. The NYPD stated it is also working to tackle the surge in subway assaults with increased officer deployment, which resulted in 359 such busts between January and September, compared to 294 during the same period in 2022. In one of September's horrifying underground assaults, Norton Blake, a 43-year-old man, allegedly beat a 60-year-old woman dozens of times with her cane in a sickening attack captured on tape. Derek Mills, 49, was also arrested for throwing a 74-year-old man into subway lines at the 68th Street Hunter College Station on September 12, resulting in a fractured spine. Another accused assailant, Joel Ramirez, 26, sexually assaulted a 24-year-old woman at the 14th Street Union Square subway station, beating her head against the platform and then stealing her phone as she attempted to contact 911 early on September 24. These brutal crimes seem to have no end to them. They are causing immense suffering to the people of the city. I really feel for the people of New York and what we're going through on the subways because I don't see any changes. Things are actually getting worse, said Elizabeth Gomes, who was randomly attacked at a Queens station last September and is still afraid to step foot back on the subway. The mother of 5 claimed that nothing really has been done. A man named Wahid Foster had followed her and pushed her against the side of a token booth while yelling about the devil at the Howard Beach train station. It looks like nothing much is being done about these crimes and the suffering of these people. The city never even reached out to me to see how I was doing. They just let it go. There are still no police officers there. There's no kind of security there, she explained. However, that might not be entirely true. The New York City Police Department has been trying to find the cause of all these crimes, and they're taking steps towards eliminating these root causes of transit crimes that are only increasing. So far this year, the NYPD and other agencies, including the Departments of Homeless Services, Health and Mental Hygiene, and the Bowery Residents Committee, have made 71,000 contacts with homeless or mentally ill people in the train system, according to Kemper. According to police, this number may include people who were called multiple times. So far this year, 750 people have been removed from the subway system. This figure includes homeless and mentally ill people who were seeking refuge in the subway tunnels and attacking innocent bystanders. It also includes their victims who needed to be hospitalized as a direct result of their attacks. The shocking thing is, those hospitalized exclusively for mental illness accounted for 90% of the total. The city is full of mentally ill people who need help, remarked a Brooklyn cop. People can cross the street to get away from attackers. People in the subway are stuck. Mayor Adams and New York Governor Kathy Hochul promised in October that 1,200 NYPD officers would work overtime shifts to supplement the approximately 2,600 cops currently assigned to the system. That increase was intended to address a pandemic-related increase in transit crime that occurred as individuals returned to public transportation. The Police Benevolent Association, PBA, said that the current pace was unsustainable and that the city was underpaying and overworking cops. The NYC PBA is the world's largest municipal police union. The NYC PBA represents the approximately 24,000 sworn NYPD members who hold the rank of police officer and wear a silver shield, including frontline officers in radio cars and foot posts in the neighborhood, as well as those in specialized units and administrative divisions across the city. Adams attempted to shift the focus away from the stats and towards the perceptions of ordinary New Yorkers through a series of local television interviews. He also stated that the city should encourage cops to walk around and interact with riders rather than simply standing guard at subway stops. What he meant to emphasize was that if the police officers scour the surrounding areas with vigilance at every hour, there are chances the number of these transit crimes will be reduced. It looks like not all efforts by Mayor Adams and the cooperation of the Police Department of New York City are in vain. Their hard work to reduce the crime rate in the city seems to be working and yielding results. However, overall felony crime in the city's subway system, including murders, rapes, robberies, and grand larcenies, was down by 5% in September and 12.5% year-to-date compared to the same period in 2022, according to the most recent statistics. Although we are encouraged by these decreases, we still realize we have a lot of work to do, added Kemper. The encouragement is a good thumbs up for them to keep doing the work they're doing, and eventually they will have some good news to give to the residents of New York City. Do you think these steps are enough to bring down the transit and overall crime rate in the city, or should something more be done? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel before you leave.